What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Cobra Kai Season 5, Episode number 1. So flippin' excited
you guys,
for the return
so loud.
of Episode 5. I got my fresh cut. I'm ready to see some Cobra Kai.
He's been so, don't get me wrong. We've all been excited, but this one, he's fucking loud about it.
So we get a lot of messages about like trailers and stuff. Like, just to reiterate, we don't watch trailers. We don't watch any promotional material at all. We don't see the news about what cast members are confirmed or not confirmed. We don't know any of that stuff going in. My excitement begins when I do my homework leading up to this reaction, which is watching the reaction to the previous season's finale. And also the Netflix does a really good job with their on previous season recap thing. I got so hyped when I was watching our post conversation, and there's so much. There's so much that they did at the end of season 4 that I just cannot wait to see what they're going to do moving forward into this season. The whole season was geared around the All Valley, gearing up towards that, and they changed the rules for it, and they added some skills competitions and stuff like that, and they created a girls division, a boys division, so they all went at it. And the stakes were bigger than ever because Eagle Fang, Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do, they all made a deal that whoever didn't win was going to close and shut down. And Cobra Kai ended up winning. I don't think there's any way in hell that Miyagi-Do is going to close. And we'll get to the little chosen moment. But Tori won the girls division. Hawk won the boys division. I am so happy for Hawk. It was such a roller coaster ride for him, getting his mohawk shaven and then like going on to actually win the tournament. So cool. Like, it sucked that Miguel ended up getting hurt. But Hawk has been such an amazing character, and his journey has been so cool and interesting.
Definitely ups and downs, yes.
Yeah, easily one of the best characters. And Tori won the girls' division with a little bit of help from Silver and his finances. He paid off the ref. She ended up giving an extra point to Tori that she shouldn't have gotten. And Sam ended up becoming really upset at the end because there was a lot of conflict. Like, Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang, they worked together during training, and then they broke up during training. And then during the tournament, Daniel realized that Johnny's influence on Sam was actually a positive thing. And so they kind of came back together, and then Sam lost, and they all lost. And she got really upset because she was the last fight, and they did everything right, and they still lost. Which I think is a really, really difficult but really good message to deliver.
Right. That
even when you do things right, you're going to run into some struggles along the way. And I think we're going to get a lot of redemption, because even Tori's character, who's been clearly like a villain-style character,
she's a heel, for sure.
I feel like you're going to see a little bit of a shift in her now, because she gave this really strong speech about her desire to win something and to be the one standing at the end, holding the trophy and feeling accomplished because of everything that she's gone through. And there was an interesting tease about who her father is. And I personally think if the actor wants to even come back and reprise the role, I think it's Dutch. Right after the season ended, I posted a little thing on Twitter where she does like a little move in her fight against Tori, where it's almost identical to the way Dutch moves when he fights in the tournament. So, and the whole feisty attitude and the hothead thing, I'm wondering if Dutch is going to play a role in this. But I feel like Sam, with the way she acted at the end, and then Tori with the way she acted at the end, because, Sam's not a bad guy. She's not a villain or anything, but she's always kind of been like a very annoying character.
Bratty. She's real bratty.
So maybe there's been some humility placed there, and maybe this is a way for the character to move forward and for Sam to experience things and realize that there are bumps in the road and that you could overcome things. Hopefully that's where we're going. But yeah, I feel like those two characters specifically are going to have a much different road than what we've seen previously. And Miguel had a really touching moment with Johnny, but then it turned into a really sad moment with Johnny, where like he's like, "I love you," and then Johnny's like, "I love you too, Robbie." It's like, no!
But he was drunk at the time.
Yeah.
He was going through some things, so...
But when you're in Miguel's position, going through what he's going through,
fucked up.
That's crushing.
Yep.
That's a really difficult thing. So now Miguel, he boarded a bus to go to Mexico to go find his dad. I'm going to be really interested to see how this plays out because Johnny went after him. Johnny in Mexico, like, this dude, I feel like he's going to get himself into a little bit of trouble because, he's definitely the comedic aspect of this show and just very much out of touch with, like, technology and the internet and just everything.
People in general.
Like, just everything in the world currently.
Just living in high school mentally forever.
It is just absolute pleasure to watch, and it is absolutely hilarious. So it's going to be interesting to see Johnny on this journey going after Miguel, who is on the hunt for his father. And, you know, in almost every other piece of content, I always talk about, like, making the world bigger, introduce new characters. I want to see new, fun, interesting characters. Let's make the world bigger, not smaller. In the case of Cobra Kai, I have zero problems with them keeping this world as small as possible and introducing a bunch of old faces from the old stuff, because this show has been flawless.
Yes.
In terms of nostalgia content and rebooting a franchise 30 years later, this is a masterclass. They're doing an amazing job. Top Gun Maverick is another example of a franchise that unbelievable. Nikki hasn't seen it yet,
I've seen Top Gun like a bajillion times. I have not seen the newest.
We're gonna watch it soon, but that's another really good example of a franchise that kind of rebooted itself many, many years later and was flawless. So, like, this show is great, and at the end of season 3 going into 4, it was blatantly obvious that Kreese was going to call Terry Silver to get his help. I think we have a situation playing out that's going to be exactly the same. But before that, Silver framed Kreese and got him arrested for basically the assault of Stingray, who I wasn't really sure why they brought the dude back.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like, but there's always a reason.
There's a very clear reason
for everything.
So they inserted him back in. He was his typical self, older dude trying to hang out with these young kids and be cool and be part of the crowd. And then
you're not cool.
Yeah.
As am I not cool. We are not hip with the kids.
So he has this desire to be part of Cobra Kai, and he went and saw Silver, and Silver's like, oh, you want to be Cobra Kai? You'll do whatever it takes? Okay, well, I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Word.
So then it got flipped onto Kreese, and now Kreese got arrested, and Silver's like, oh, don't worry, I'm going to call a friend or two, and Cobra Kai's going to be in good hands.
A friend or two.
I think that's the interesting part, a friend or two. I think it's very obvious he's going to call Mike Barnes. That makes the most sense because the relationship they had in Karate Kid 3, which, again, I think is highly underrated. I love the story that's told in Karate Kid 3. Super awesome between Daniel and Miyagi, and watching Daniel flip sides and then realizing he made mistakes. Such a great movie.
Do you think that there's anybody else that they could call?
I think that's the tricky thing. I don't, like, my initial thought, because of the way things went down, I don't know why Mike Barnes would want anything. I don't know, obviously know what the dude's up to. I don't know why he would want anything to do with Terry Silver and Cobra Kai.
No.
That whole plan went to shit. He didn't get what he was promised.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it would be like, oh yeah, cool, hey, the guy who didn't give me what I was promised and everything went to shit. Oh yeah, sure, I'll come back. Like, I don't know why he would want to come back to that.
He would come back just to shit on all of his stuff.
Maybe he would flip sides. Like, realize what's going on and be like, oh, how about I go hang out with Daniel LaRusso and Chosen? Because at the end, LaRusso talking to Miyagi's tombstone at his gravesite, which every time we include Miyagi, that shit's going to be so emotional every single time. But he was talking to Miyagi, talking about how if Cobra Kai keeps getting stronger, we got to do something. And then Chosen's there, and he's like, yes, let's join up and make this work. Because there's no reason for Daniel LaRusso to stop. Just because they made a verbal deal, they're not going to stop teaching these kids and stop trying to stop Cobra Kai. So Chosen and LaRusso are going to clearly be together. And then I figure Silver is going to bring in Mike Barnes. Maybe his goons are going to be there. But again, the way they incorporate all this stuff, it's always flawless. It's always awesome. It's always very well done. It's not just some obvious, crazy, out of nowhere fan service. It always makes sense and drives the story. And it works so well. So it's going to be interesting to see. But again, a friend or two. Like, what is that? Like, he said that on purpose. Like, there's a reason he said or two. So maybe we do introduce someone new. Maybe it's Mike Barnes and his goons that he had with him, whose names I do not remember. But I also think it might be an interesting opportunity to introduce Dutch, mention him as potentially being Tori's father, but Kreese is in jail. We were told Dutch is in jail. I don't know if it's going to be the same prison or wherever they're going, or if that's an opportunity to run into Dutch as Kreese is getting arrested or whatever. But
that would be interesting.
I feel like Dutch and the bad boy Mike Barnes are like the last two big faces from the original trilogy that we need to see. And obviously there's other Karate Kid movies, but I don't really have much experience with them. It's really the first three that I'm locked into. But I'm obviously very excited. I think this is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see how they do this season, what it's going to be. Johnny and Miguel in Mexico, Daniel and Chosen working together, Silver rebuilding what seems to be a really powerful dojo now, and Cobra Kai seems to be huge. And yeah, I can't wait to see how this starts. Anything else?
No.
You ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Karate is more than a sport. Within every punch and kick lies centuries of tradition. It has a rich past. And now, we want you to become part of its future. Welcome to Cobra Kai.
And Kenny.
Martial arts date back hundreds of years. Our dojo is committed to providing state-of-the-art training. But a dojo is more than mats and machines.
Oh, what kind of treadmills were those?
Cobra Kai, we transform kids into champions. We are proud to be the home of the first female All-Valley Tournament champion, Tori Nichols.
Dude cheated.
She didn't cheat.
She didn't cheat. Silver cheated.
All you need is the right teacher.
It's the smile for me.
You can be one of our students. Sign up now at our new flagship dojo in Encino.
Encino!
It's a new era at Cobra Kai. Come join us.
Pass. I think they've done a really good job, by the way, of making Kenny feel like old school Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I feel like they've done a really good job of implementing him into that role.
Right. Dude, this fucking guy doesn't age. I swear to God, it's not fair. Where did he find
none
this
of
fountain
them.
of youth?
None of them.
Okay, but like, at least like Johnny like looks his age. Fucking LaRusso, Ralph Macchio.
Wasn't that Chosen?
Oh, was it? I don't know. Ralph Macchio does not look his fucking age.
Neither does
it's
Chosen.
Wild.
Yeah, it was Chosen swearing.
Oh, good morning, Amanda-san.
Oh, he's naked.
Crazy enough that you flew him out here? But you didn't tell me he was gonna be living with us. And you definitely didn't say anything about him being a nudist.
He's just a man of routine. Back in Okinawa, he'd start every morning bathing in his local hot spring.
So let's get him a membership to the YMCA.
That's amazing.
Oh, relax.
You said the All Valley was the end of it. Sam and Tori had their match. Nobody got hurt. Chris even went to jail. It's a karate miracle. This should be over.
I know, but with Terry Silver in charge and Cobra Kai expanding, they're now more of a threat than ever. It's only a matter of time before he's brainwashed all the kids in the valley.
I'm not worried about all the kids in the valley. I'm worried about our kids.
I will not put our kids in danger.
How can you keep that promise, Daniel?
Yeah.
It's summer, Daniel. Call me crazy, but I thought maybe we'd be having Mai Tais by the pool, not watching your Okinawan assassin use it as his training ground.
Is she gonna leave him? It feels like she's getting so fed up with the situation and all this high school stuff.
Maybe. Maybe she might need a break. I mean, don't we all? Don't we all, people?
I mean,
we need a break.
the kids have only gotten into like what, 4 brawls.
That's
like
4 too many.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like Daniel's like, oh, I promise. Like you
You can't promise.
can't promise that. They've literally had a high school brawl, a mall brawl. They had a brawl at like the scary house thing.
Yeah. Laser tag.
They almost got into a brawl at the drive-in.
You need some help, mate?
Yeah. I'd love some help. Think you can help me get to 137 Avenue San Dulce?
Easy.
Thank you, guys.
It is here.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, it's not easy to find your way around here. So you don't mind giving me some pastries?
Yeah. How many?
What, $5 sound fair?
That sounds more than fair.
And how much you want to pay for the bag?
Oh shit.
Okay, give me my bag.
A reward might be in order. Yeah, since we found your bag and all. How much you got? Something with you? What, you didn't think I'd take all your money, did you? What kind of monster do you think I am?
A big one?
Welcome to Mexico.
Fuck off. That sucks.
Not a great
He's a
starting
kid.
experience.
Oh,
my
and this
God.
guy. Come on, dude. Dude, I like those sunglasses, though. I think I'm gonna have to get an orange pair of sunglasses.
You know it's coming back, guys. You know it's coming back.
What?
Fucking Johnny, dude.
Oh.
Mexican Cokes.
I think here they're just Cokes.
Mexican candy. Chicharrones.
Oh my god. Isn't that
This
Chicharron?
badass cell phone. It's got 60 minutos on it. It's like 300 American minutes.
No.
Johnny.
Turn around.
I can't with this guy. I got one for me too.
Don't say it's a father-son bonding thing, because we could have done that 500 miles ago.
This is a father-son bonding thing. It's just something we have to take care of first.
Everyone, gather around.
He didn't tell Robbie. I don't like that. That's not gonna be good.
You know, we had one goal going into the All Valley. Beat Cobra Kai. We walked away with a first place trophy thanks to Eli.
I like it without the mohawk. He's a nice looking kid.
We said we'd close our dojo if we lost. That's exactly what we're going to do. As of today, I'm shutting down Miyagi-Do karate. With everything going on at Cobra Kai, continuing to operate Miyagi-Do only leaves a target on your backs.
So we're gonna open a dojo under Chosen.
Right?
What you learned. This dojo may be closing, but Miyagi-Do lives inside each and every one of you still.
Great. Guess I'm getting a summer job.
Oh, maybe not.
Dad, this can't be your plan.
I know you're disappointed, Sam.
I just want to make things right. This is all my fault.
No, Sam.
Stop.
It's mine. With Johnny gone, it's on me to fix this. I reached out to Chosen because this isn't about a tournament anymore. This is real life.
I can fight.
This isn't your fight, Sam. I know firsthand that Silver isn't afraid of putting kids in harm's way, and I have to keep all of you out of it. Just trust me on this.
She's not going to. You would think that she would trust her dad after all this stuff, but...
Anda, viejo. Yo nunca te he mirado por aquí.
Acabo de llegar. Me llamo Miguel Díaz. Mi madre es Carmen Díaz.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Tienes mierda en la cabeza, loco? Pueblo, sácame este güey de aquí. Vamos.
Oh, shit. Shit.
Quiero respuestas. Carmen y Rosa Díaz, las conocías cuando vivías en Guayaquil.
El vato que estás buscando no soy.
Oh, okay.
Y la mera neta, yo no conozco a ninguna pinche Carmen. Ahora, si no te abres a la verga, todos los güeyes que ves aquí, te van a meter unos putazos.
Shit.
Ok. Me voy, señor.
I'm learning all of the bad words in Spanish.
I think we got all of them there.
How could you take me down to Mexico and not mention once we were coming to get Miguel?
Seriously.
Let's go down to Mexico together. Come back with some stories.
I wasn't bullshitting you, Robbie. I want to fix our relationship. But when I heard Miguel was in trouble, I had to do something. I just couldn't leave you at home.
Do you even have a plan?
Of course I do.
No.
Miguel's
No.
looking for Hector Salazar.
Uh-oh.
I know where the kid gets off the bus, so that's our first stop.
What do you plan on doing?
I'll ask around if anyone saw Miguel.
That's the big plan.
Of course not. If we come up dry, I'll check the Mexican phone book.
Oh my God. You drove me over 1,000 miles to check a phone book?
I can't with him.
Coming with you was a mistake.
I'm sorry, okay? I thought this trip would help you and Miguel get over your shit, right? I don't want you to go home, but it's...
Dad, watch out!
No! Not the Engelfang van!
Shit.
Proud to announce, we'll soon be opening Cobra Kai franchises throughout the entire valley.
This is what we're up against. Terry Silver. This is how everyone sees him, as some kind of philanthropist out to save the kids of the valley. I tried to stop Cobra Kai on my own. Nothing's worked. There's only one way to end this. We have to cut the head off the snake.
Hi, Daniel-san. I can do that.
Yeah. Hey, whoa. I mean, literally cut his head off.
They're not for cutting. They're for blocking and stabbing.
And stabbing.
Clawing and gouging.
Okay.
I freaking love Joseph.
We need to expose Silver for who he really is. Silver may be crazy, but he's not dumb. He always thinks 2 moves ahead. You have to be careful with this guy.
No, Daniel-san. You must be careful with this guy.
Hell yeah! Let's
I
go!
love Joseph. It's my favorite part.
Take me to Terry Silva.
Fuck.
Chosen
yeah,
is my favorite
dude.
part of the show now.
Dude, he is absolutely epic.
Miguel,
Hey, Sam.
are you okay?
Yeah, look, I just, I didn't want anyone to know where I was until I found my dad.
Did you find him?
The whole process has been a whole lot harder than I expected.
Miguel, what you're doing is really dangerous. Your mom and grandma left Ecuador to get away from your dad. They probably did it for a good reason. You're not even asked what happened at the tournament? You knew what it meant for me to face Tori. You're not gonna ask if I won or lost?
Girl, don't make this about yourself.
I'm I'm not. I just thought you'd be in my corner.
Okay, well, what about my corner? You have no idea. There are more important things in karate, Sam.
Yeah, there are.
Okay, stop it. Stop it.
¿Qué haces? Ese trabajo, Rogelio.
Está muy cansado. Acaba de tener un bebé. Hay que darle chance.
Dad?
I'm out here trying to fix my mistakes so I don't have to live with the regret of making them. If you're serious about making things right, you can start by helping Miguel. I know you have your fair share of regrets when it comes to him.
I don't know if it's the best approach to constantly keep using Miguel to try to like repair your relationship with your kid.
Yeah.
Like obviously there's a lot there, and Robbie and Miguel have their own shit to deal with, but I don't know.
Sure, I have seen these moves before.
Where?
Kim Sung-young.
Excuse me, my name is Terry Silver. My master is Kim Sung-young of South Korea.
Wait, that's a real person?
Wow. I thought that was a bullshit story.
Is very real. My uncle Sato did not speak much of Kim Sung-young, but I know he had much anger towards him.
Sounds like Sato.
Kim Sung-young became known during Korean War. He taught many American soldiers.
Kreese and Silver were war buddies.
Kim Sung-young was master of Tang Sudo, but that is not what he taught. His style was controversial.
Chosen seems concerned.
Yeah. He seems way more... Oh, shit.
Kim Sung-young's style is based on deception. No honor, no mercy.
You could have just told me.
We must be careful. All direct attacks will be recognized.
I don't want to attack him. I want to expose him.
To catch serpent, you must think like serpent. We will use his style against him.
How will we do that?
I love Chosen's addition to this show.
Me too.
It is so good. That's amazing they were able to use something from Karate Kid 3 that felt like a total bullshit story and actually make it true. That's awesome.
Oh, you have a little brother.
Dude, how do you even like approach this situation?
Apparently, Miguel doesn't know that Hector doesn't know that he exists.
English?
Australian.
All right, good enough. Looking for a kid. 17, Ecuadorian, slight build, but we're working on that. Have you seen him?
Gave him directions, yeah.
Great. Can you tell me which way he went?
He's heading here.
Oh, gross.
It's a bad idea. Give me some bum address, try to steal my wallet.
As for your money, I'm gonna end up with it either way, mate. So we can either do it the easy way or the fun way.
You know who you're talking to.
You have 5 seconds to tell me which way that kid went. Well, I'm gonna take that surfboard and I'm gonna shove it so far up your ass your friends are gonna be surfing you.
The fun way.
Yeah, the fun way.
Good.
Oh shit, Robbie! Take their money too.
Talk about bonding experience.
Right? I love this. Get them! Scammers! Oh, shit. Oh. I love the facial expressions. Yeah, bitch! Fuck your surfboard! Oh. And you!
And you. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit! With the radio.
And federales are going to arrest you now.
Yep. I hope you have money to bargain.
Nope, you just beat the shit out of 4 or 5 dudes on the beach, no problem? Okay.
Walk away.
Oh, shit. Well, there's your icebreaker right there. I just saved your son. Hi, I'm your son. I'm also your son. Much older son.
Oye, muchísimas gracias. Lo que has hecho ha sido increíble.
Aquí está el momento justo.
¿De dónde es tu acento?
Soy americano.
We are lucky our paths crossed. I'm Hector.
Miguel.
This is strange. I feel like we've met somewhere before.
I don't think we have.
What if what we've been told about him is wrong, that he's actually like a really good dude?
Right? But why did she leave him then? Was she just scared?
That ends up being the big question. Because this seems like a good situation here.
Right. Well, I mean, was Carmen just scared of, like, telling him? Or was their families not like each other? Or...
You're right, it was a mistake to bring you here.
Some of it was. Technically, you kidnapped and transported a minor across the border. We got a good story out of it.
There you go.
Your boss will be here soon, you should go. This is my mess to clean up.
You're right, but I'm gonna stay. Trying to make things right, and I want to help you. At least now we know where we're going. X marks the spot, right?
All right.
I like this a lot.
Today is a turning point at Cobra Kai. Our competition has closed up shop, and the Valley now looks to us to lead the way. We have a long road ahead of us. This is just the beginning. Right now, we're strangers, but I can tell you, we won't be strangers for long. This is the start of something special. For everyone else, it's summer vacation. But for us, the real work is about to begin.
I want a Mai Tai.
Cobra Kai now has
Sorry.
more students than ever before. That means
I like how he has a
we'll need more
giant
senses.
picture of himself.
I'm going to ask you to do more than what's expected, which means I'm going to pay more than what's expected. But first, you must prove yourself in the way of the fist. It's time to see if you're worthy. Hey! Welcome to Cobra Kai.
Oh,
What the fuck?
He's gotta be a part of the enemy!
Oh my god.
I love this show. It's so good.
Oh, really good start.
Just whoever needs to tweet whatever, just tell them how good Cobra Kai is. Y'all just need to just shout it from the rooftops. Like, this show can never end. It's so good.
Yeah. It's easily become one of my favorite things that I've personally ever watched. With the way I felt when I saw that very first trailer season, like leading up to season 1, I'm like, you guys are doing what? With who?
I thought it was gonna be cheesy. I thought it was gonna. I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
It's definitely cheesy.
Oh, but it's cheese in the best way.
It's like the Karate Kid cheese, the good cheese.
It's the cheese
But
whiz.
I thought it was gonna be so bad, and then the show has absolutely knocked my socks off.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, maybe we can watch that offline, but I don't want to watch it for YouTube. I was
So
like,
good.
But it's literally the best.
It's just the way they incorporate things and they tell the story and they bring back the nostalgia, like really simple, what seems to be a throwaway line from Karate Kid 3, just Terry Silver's way to get into, like, have a conversation with Miyagi. That was really his sensei. That was really his teacher.
I never even thought about that. I thought he was also just bullshitting as
100%.
he walked into their backyard.
It was totally a throwaway line, it felt like, back then. Well, it probably was back then, but now that they have the story to build on,
Yeah.
that's what makes these creators so good and why this is a masterclass on nostalgia content and rebuilding a brand from 30 years ago.
How many times did they watch those movies? How many times?
But then being able to use that little nugget and present it to Chosen, and then have Chosen actually have like an expression of like, he wasn't like scared, but you could tell like he was just like, oh, we're actually dealing with something legit. Versus he
This
thought,
guy's just an asshole.
right, he probably thought he was just dealing with like American martial artist and have like all like the traditional background, but then you find out who his teacher is, and it's like, oh, this guy actually plays dirty and he no mercy. It's like, well, that makes sense.
Deception.
And it even fits the story, the background with Kreese and Silver being in the military and overseas and all that stuff. So like all these dots connect perfectly and it makes sense. And just the way now they've inserted Chosen. So clearly they're looking for instructors. That's kind of what they had lined up there. People to help teach and build Cobra Kai to be even bigger. Because there were even some like other dojos on the back of their gis. So he's looking to build, and we didn't introduce anyone old yet, but I definitely think that's coming.
Right.
But I like this idea and this strategy of essentially planting a mole. Because Terry Silver should have absolutely no knowledge of Chosen. There should be no even like trails to link Chosen to Daniel. In reality, there shouldn't be any actual paper trails.
Unless he's seen the movie.
I mean, unless you watch Karate Kid 2, then he would know. But I don't.
That wouldn't make sense.
I think that is a pretty amazing strategy, and I love the way this story so far is being told in terms of infiltrating Cobra Kai and exposing him. Because beating him up, I mean, that could maybe expose his karate a little bit, but I feel like what Daniel's trying to get at is like you need to like show everyone who he really is.
Yeah.
Versus just like beating him up and showing that your karate's better than his karate. Like, it's more than that.
You need like a GoPro and like a secret glasses with a camera and like, you know, all the stuff.
You need to get him doing the shady shit.
But like even if you do that though, like, okay, people are going along with it because they don't know any better. Like, how do you really like get the behind the scenes? This guy's a piece of garbage.
I think the way Daniel does this is like a professional way, like a business way.
Right.
Because Daniel's really smart. He obviously built and grew a really successful business in the Valley. And I feel
multiple car dealership and the dojo.
Yeah. And I feel like he probably tried to go that route versus like getting people to cancel their memberships. I feel like he would go more of a get the business shut down for illegal activity or something.
Right.
Like finding out that kind of stuff.
Yes, illegal, criminal information.
Because back in Karate Kid 3, winning the karate tournament is what ended Cobra Kai. I don't think we have that at stake now because Cobra Kai's standing tall. They just won the All Valley. Everything's looking good. There just seems to be no other karate competition in the Valley currently, and they're all going to Cobra Kai. And Terry Silver's got money, and he's flaunting it, and he's investing in the school. And
commercials, social media.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's
the gym
way
looks
more
insane.
things. Yes.
All the top equipment.
I know. There's way more hurdles to jump than previously without that stuff.
Yeah. So
if we're talking about like trying to take down a business in today's world.
Right. It's a much greater uphill battle for Daniel to do which is why it makes sense that he would actually shut down Miyagi-Do. Like, it's not about the kids anymore. He needs to handle this at a higher level.
The adults.
Right.
It's the adults.
Even though I still feel like him and Chosen are still gonna have fun with this.
Put a smackdown. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I think that storyline's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really interesting to see Terry Silver and Chosen interact. I think, again, it's one of those things that you never in a million years would have ever expected. Like a Karate Kid 2 character and a Karate Kid 3 character interacting. One from Okinawa and then one from the Valley. It's like, holy shit. Chosen and Silver. That's crazy. Yeah. It's not anything that you would ever expect, and I can't wait to see how that plays out.
It's the show you never knew you needed.
Every time they present something like that, it's just absolutely insane. And it's good to see Robbie and Johnny kind of bonding a little bit. Of course, it took a fight to bring them even closer, because why not?
Buddy. Fuck your surfboard.
and fuck you. That was hilarious. That was really funny. And Miguel now got an easy end to kind of hang out and meet his dad, and he saved his little brother.
Yeah, from a car.
But
like, I really hope this turns out well. But also leads to many questions of why Carmen left him, not knowing, hey, you have a baby.
Currently on the surface, from what we've seen in this first episode, it seems like he's in a good relationship. He's got a child. Things seem to be good, but you don't know if maybe he's this giant drug cartel leader.
That's also true.
Like, you never have any idea. Like,
he does have a little Eladio vibes.
He could have this whole life that no one sees, and who knows. But it definitely raises a lot more questions about the relationship. Why did she bounce? Why did she say what she said? Was it true? Did he change? There's a lot of questions about Miguel and his father. And this storyline in Mexico, I think, is really interesting because
I like it.
It's different. In terms of like Cobra Kai and Karate Kid, like, this feels a little different. It feels kind of like on paper the same as like Miyagi and Daniel going to Okinawa to go handle some stuff. It kind of feels similar along those lines, but it feels different in a sense that Miguel's going there to really find kind of who he is and more identity of himself, and he was going to go meet his dad, who doesn't even know he exists.
Well, And to bring Sam into the whole conversation, I hate to think this way about a character, but she is real bratty and real entitled, and I'm not a fan.
So much for the pre-show conversation we had. I thought maybe she would shift a little bit, but...
Yeah, but it's like, me. Why aren't you worried about me? But I get, you know, like, mommy and daddy are not really paying that much attention to her right now, which she needs.
Where was her brother, by the way?
Children need the attention, right? Where does that kid keep going?
Yeah, it's summer break. He should be home, but
right?
I don't know.
He's doing some things, playing some video games, who knows what. But, like, Daniel needs to pay attention to her. We have daughters. That's the only reason why I'm saying this. And I'm a girl. That's the only reason why I'm saying this. We need a parental figure that has that type of relationship that can give you that care and attention that you need in a good way. And
I kind of understand where Sam's at, because she's basically carrying all the blame for what's happening with Miyagi-Do being shut down. She lost the last fight to Tori, which was a huge fight for her because of their past, everything they went through. And not only that, but the weight of the bet and the school shutting down, and now obviously Cobra Kai is huge and thriving and growing.
So maybe she's not a brat.
I mean, she's just dealing with some shit.
So I take it back. I circle back. I take it back.
I was going to agree with you.
I don't think that she's necessarily a brat. She's dealing with some things. How she treated Miguel, that was bratty. That was really bratty. That was not being able to look outside yourself to see that other people are going through shit too. Everybody is dealing with shit.
And she clearly, by her standing there and acting out the strikes from the tournament against Tori to the video, it's like almost hit like an obsessive level, it feels like, which doesn't feel like a good thing.
Like, somebody needs to step in. Somebody needs to get her some... Wow, we're getting really into this.
I mean, that's what this show... Like, that's why this show's so good. Like, it's not just on the surface about, like, karate and stuff.
She needs some help. She
but
needs to
look at what her dad's
somebody.
doing. Her dad is even neglecting his wife.
Yeah.
Until, like, the very end there. But, like, he's been so engaged in all this stuff. The reason why I think this show works so well is because not only are they nailing it with the nostalgia characters, the old school characters, but they're doing an amazing job of developing the new characters. These kids that we're seeing grow up over these last 4 seasons and now entering the 5th season, like, these kids have changed, evolved, they've gone on these crazy journeys, they're dealing with stuff. I think their ability to tell compelling stories with the kids and the new characters is what makes this show so good. There's a balance. They've got the nostalgia and they got the original story. And I think it's all flawless. And I think that was a great first episode. I think it can only go up. And this show does an amazing job with the stories. They're short episodes. You get things in chunks. There's no wasted time. It feels like everything kind of matters and everything's building to a certain point. So, yeah.
You should turn Cobra Kai discussions into a podcast.
I mean, if they didn't drop all their episodes all at once, I would absolutely do that. Just because, it's too scary to do spoilers and stuff.
People spoil shit. Yeah, don't do that.
But, yeah, like, if Netflix didn't drop every episode at once, we would absolutely turn this into a podcast for sure. But
give me a thumbs up if you've made it this long.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm very excited about this season. I thought that was a really good start. I'm very intrigued to see what kind of interactions Chosen and Silver's going to have and how the friend or twos are going to be implemented into this season. I can't wait for that. So, anything else?
No.
All right, y'all. You guys leave your comments down below, and we'll see you guys later for the next one. Have a good one. Bye.